I'm gonna get this quick review out. I've been in quite a hiatus. It's my birthday. Yada yada yada. Gotta make it a lazy excuse because I've been inconsistent in uploads lately. Apologies for that. So, what I want to do is go do a quick little recap. Sadly, I have to do this for Friday Night SmackDown, but I will be covering both this week's Raw and this week's SmackDown on Saturday, where it will be uploaded, and also doing Week 10. I will also do picks for Week 11. So, before we go on, I want to say Baron Corbin can go kill himself with every sort of sharp, blunt object there is available for usage for anybody. You can use glasses, pens, pencils, anything that can be used to gouge out something, cut, pierce, poison, infect, fucking anything. And you use that on Baron Corbin's entire body because this promo was so terrible. His insufficiency to actually gain heat from the crowd. It's not even direct heat. It's like, oh, he's supposed to be this unique promoist. That's not what we want. If he can direct heat in a certain way that makes him impressive or at least threatening to impact the company, I wouldn't mind if Billy Gunn won the King of the Ring tournament back in '99. No one cared. Like Baron Corbin. It's not good heat. It's go get away from my television heat. There's a difference. Get used to it. It happens. Baron Corbin is really struggling to find his voice, and over the time that he is taking out baby faces or main event baby faces, this dude always gets undersold by Roman Reigns, undersold by Becky Lynch, undersold by The Rock, and getting undersold by the business. And right now, it's a pivotal time for WWE. Thanks more wrestling federations are actually gaining more television time, and WWE is already in a minute fucking threshold with Fox. That's already kind of really doubting their decision, giving them for over like $500 million in this bullshit, and then trying to use that automated dog animation that you see in Roman Reigns' entrance and make it feel cute. Like they're really showing an interesting storyline. Roman Reigns is the number one contender for the world title anytime soon. They haven't feuded. It's been a majority of sharing wins and losses with Shorty G. Sorry I have to say that, but now that's his character name. These guys are literally wrestling because of the tag team match they had back at Crown Jewel. There's no other way around it. Thanks Brock Lesnar barely shows up. There's no legit main eventers on our two fucking brand rosters that we still keep. And none of us are still making valuable time out of a huge collection of TV shows we have now and network shows. Nobody's developing characters. Nobody's developing hype. The only hype factor that we have is coming up in Survivor Series and the Wednesday Night Wars. Baron Corbin sucks. Apologies for that entire. That's the introduction of the show, by the way, of SmackDown itself. Baron Corbin doesn't get a title shot. All he is he has nowhere to impact the brand other than to wrestle just the Roman Reigns. Every feud this year has been just wrestling Roman Reigns. He hasn't been a pivotal factor at all since that final Shield reunion when Ambrose went off to AEW. And then we just fucking forget how in the hell bland both these dudes are. But Corbin's still wearing casual clothing while wearing a King's apparel. And he still sucks on the mic. And he's lucky enough to do a clothesline, a stupid fake punch, on a fucking fake ass left hook, and then a deep six reversals off a fucking Superman. That was the main event, Reigns and Corbin. And I know they're not wrestling on pay per view. So that's a positive at least. This entire segment was a negative and a dead zone. Die in a hole. Next we had the New Day wearing rip-off Eddie Guerrero armbands as remembrance to fucking Xavier Woods, because of his knee injury he suffered, I think against the Revival. No, I think some other incident that happened in a tag team match. And the Revival were meant to lose the tag team titles over punishment over what happened, I think, a couple weeks ago. Misconduct or something like that. Uh, this match was something. A Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere. And just a bland New Day match. We've seen these guys wrestle nearly every week, hot potatoing the tag team belts. The Revival have already been a decade of tag team, and they're building up nothing at this point. Since the brand split and the redraft, uh, Randy Orton, I thought they were building up something. I thought the Revival needed a legitimate faction. A grid tag team with a generational talent like Randy Orton. I thought that could at least be enough to give them some TV time. But if it's to save something because Kofi's not part of the main event, like he ever was. Yeah, he had never main evented a pay-per-view since being world champion. I wouldn't see much. Next up, Shorty G and Ali tag against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion. This wasn't to sell much, except they was after the brand was done. The draft was done. They're back into showing Sami Zayn trying to co-opt with Daniel Bryan because they got beards or something. They think they're different. They just want him to be with Shinsuke and Sami Zayn for some apparent reason. Tag team match wasn't much. It was not that interesting, and it just ended up with Cesaro and Nakamura winning off Kinshasa from the back of the head off a distraction from a reversal with Sami Zayn coming into play, obviously. So that was pretty much it. Just a generic tag team match. What did this do after these two baby faces were just part of Team Hogan? These two little cells, these two little accidents were part of this match because they were at least Shorty G was part of the King of the Ring. Ali hasn't been relevant since Road to WrestleMania. That's to January to April, and now it's November, and this dude hasn't been doing much since. We saw him pin Nakamura that one time before SummerSlam, and then he does nothing except lose to Buddy Murphy. He loses to Nakamura twice one-on-one. He lost to Andrade. He lost to Nakamura twice. This dude doesn't catch a break. And then we get Shorty G that came from the best underdog story coming out of his height and getting a nice, cute little crowd reaction. He's getting much off a simplistic thing as undersized competitor in the tournament cliche. And then we see him change his fucking name to Shorty G and being like, I'm good just the way I am. And then looking like a little dyke, dressing like he's a special needs basketball player. He's dressing like Billy from the Boondocks that hits multiple threes on Riley in that one basketball game. This little mistake. Fuck. Then we got Nikki Cross facing off against Sasha Banks. Now, what I understand, because I understand there's a triple threat match involving Shayna Baszler, Bayley, and of course the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. And there is more selling of Becky Lynch playing more of a factor in the triple threat than Bayley. And Bayley just came around on NXT just to attack her, just to conduct heat to know, oh, I changed up my hair, guys. I'm a threat too. That was pretty much it. Then Nikki Cross, the woman that's supposed to be a major threat for the SmackDown Women's Champion, gets submitted against her own friend, Sasha Banks. What was this supposed to do for the singles run for Becky? I mean, for Nikki Cross. Generic match. Came around Nikki Cross trying to toss around like when the referee's not looking. Bayley could take advantage, right? Like, none of these guys ever play their cards right. And that's depressing. And Nikki Cross getting tapped out. So, that was pretty much a generic match. It doesn't sell anything short, except Shayna Baszler coming and attacking everybody in sight. And then later on, earlier in the segment, there was of course, The Fiend attacking Daniel Bryan after a discussion he was having with Sami Zayn and trying to ask him outright would he join him at Nakamura. And then Bray Wyatt came out of nowhere and put the manual claw on Daniel Bryan backstage. Is this going to build up to a storyline? Is this going to be interesting? We already saw Daniel Bryan got Roman Reigns get attacked. What can they do for somebody like Bray Wyatt, the Universal Champion? Supposedly a championship for Raw thinks it's fucking red. I mean, you people aren't dumb, right? Like, when you see a green championship, does that go to Saturday Morning Slam? Please, please, it's multiple choice, so you really can't get this freaking wrong. So, yeah, something exciting is that just for Bray Wyatt to move on from his incredibly boring feud with Seth Rollins after the most anticipated match of the year with Rollins and Bray Wyatt completely sculpted out the water, and two backwater matches that they had already for the Universal Championship. So that got undersold. And then Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman had a bit of an allegiance after Tyson Fury just pinned Braun Strowman via roll-up in a stupid-ass wrestling match that even I don't want to watch. I'd rather watch Mayweather and Big Show 10 times over. And then they destroyed the B team. Well, Braun Strowman attacked the B team, not Tyson Fury. He was just there to feel like an absolute fucking mark coming around like, I know this dude is a boxer, but he's done hypes. He's been in press conferences. I think we know how Tyson Fury behaves around marquee wrestlers. And he's like, yeah, I'm ready to fight. And you were trying to get these like, come on. As much as you see, like, internet fucking weirdos come around trying to do their own little fake-ass, gay-ass promo, I am more intimidated of Jake Paul, or, Logan Paul trying to do a promo threatening the life of a special needs child and his family, than to see whatever in the hell this little thing was to just attack the freaking Job Squad with .5 for no damn reason. The B team should really stop breathing, because you bring these tag teams out for a lack of a tag division, and none of these tag teams actually have anything to feud with. Not a relationship, not a personal feud, not nothing. It's like, you're a wrestler, we're a wrestler. We like focusing on one-on-one matches, and we do tag team matches because we have no respect for any other tropes that involve pro wrestling. So fuck you. And then we had Dana Brooke and Carmella face off against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And of course, they lose to fucking Dana Brooke? What? Someone in the ass hat told me how? I mean, other than their boring ass little fucking flex appeal, and at ringside, Deville was sent to the steel steps with Dana Brooke delivering a senton for the pinfall. So that was pretty much it. No one cared about this match. This was just a basic match for whoever was going to take the remaining spots in this female Survivor Series match. So that was pretty much it. I think we're just getting a return. I think this is the reason now we do these brand splits, not for storytelling. The last time we actually revolved decent brand split storytelling was back on 2005 Survivor Series, 2003 Survivor Series. Those were my favorite Survivor Series show, and now they're completely fucked up. Because we can't tell stories anymore. And that hurts me. A lot. Then we had Baron Corbin beating Roman Reigns. So it's just like just something we can deal with. So Ziggler comes out of nowhere, interrupts the Superman punch. Corbin was allowed to get the end of days off a distraction. And thanks to all heel, Corbin just picked up the victory in a boring ass match. We forgot Rude and Ziggler were still drafted on SmackDown as a tag team, not as individual wrestlers. A tag team because of a tag team gauntlet match that they suddenly won. And then they come out just being part of Corbin's little shtick because they're heels. That was pretty much it. This show sucked. I've saw a lot of shows that suck, but this sucks. And all I could say for all of this, y'all gotta step up your game. There's no storytelling. There's a reason for the brand split, but you guys are still having random qualifying matches. No, you have no GMs to show more impact of, oh my god, NXT's coming up on Survivor Series. Anything can happen at this point. Why are they here? To make an impact. The fuck is this impact supposed to deal with? Is this only a 1 month thing because NXT's on television? When they're gonna have fucking War Games soon? What is the storyline? What's this thing? If they wanted to do something like this, why didn't they just build this up monthly? Like till September or something. It's now November. It's near the end of the calendar year. I'm going to make the most passionate rant video. I don't think it's going to be bigger than the other one. I already got something to beat that. And it just... Oh, Jesus. Come on. Dana, Brooke, and Carmella? Fucking... You need 17 other fucking facelifts to actually think you can make a correct smile, Dana? What the fuck is this flex gimmick? It only works on main event when the fucking special needs kids are watching. And of course, I am totally not a homewrecker Carmella to come around. We have a match no one cares about, the worst promoted segment ever. Bray Wyatt just randomly attacking Daniel Bryan just to make sure there's more impact than those little Firefly Funhouse segments that have no rhyme or reason other than spooky. I'm scary. Haha, I'm not. For a interesting gimmick, I'm not going to rag on Bray Wyatt's unique. It sells. If it sells, there's nothing to be negative about. I'm not going to doubt like there was Rusev Day. There was, of course, Rollins' little stint in the upper mid card. There was, of course, Suplex City for a bit. If it's popular, it's quotable, it will sell. There's nothing wrong with it. But you have Bray Wyatt coming out of nowhere attacking Daniel Bryan after he just lost clean to Adam Cole, and you want him to make a allegiance. That storyline's against the wazoo. And kind of the most, like, underdeveloped factor in all of this was NXT, and the only bitch to come and attack from NXT was Shayna Baszler. How underwhelming is that? And then we have just a random title change, and then they get a rematch tonight. Are you serious now? And then we have Corbin and Roman Reigns face off for no rhyme or reason, other than you mocked my animation I have to my entrance, when you should be noticing that I punch a hole on the front of the freaking entrance ramp and it signals the explosions. There's no rhyme or reason for that. You don't need protections when Roman Reigns 24/7 in a match wears gloves and a fucking body vest that I haven't seen in a wrestler since D'Lo fucking Brown back in the 90s. And now he looks like my father. There's no other way for this to happen. This show was a joke. If you watch it, God bless your soul. At least it's 2 hours. At least it's easy to consume. Watch NWA Power. Fuck it. Watch Impact. Watch these shows. I won't review them, but for fuck's sake, at least it's wrestling. At least it has a storyline. It's one show. You have 3 fucking shows. You have 2 major writers, and you still can't make a cohesive show. You can't make something weekly that's interesting. That's fucking stupid. And how a child with a web series, or at least NWA Power that's fucking on YouTube, is more easy to consume than a 2-hour SmackDown. That's pathetic in my opinion. That's just sad. I want to give the show a 3 out of 10 now. This is a 3 out of 10 show. Backstage politics, no rhyme or reason storytelling, and one NXT wrestler. And of course, your number one contender for your top women's belt in the brand just gets tapped out immediately in a match that shows Nikki Cross's limited ability to actually face off against someone else that won't carry her in the ring like Sasha Banks. That's already a good wrestler in her own right, but you know how storytelling is with women. It's on and off. I wasn't going to make a backhanded comment on any of the wrestlers. That's just how it is. I really thank you guys. It's just a simple 20-minute video. It'll get uploaded uh, at least before an hour before SmackDown starts. So be patient, please. Thank you for watching DST show. That's it from me. Like, comment, and subscribe because oh boy, I still have a lot to do. A lot to do this week. That's gonna give me a headache, especially the Thursday night game. Oh shit. Thank you for watching, everybody.